What's up, guys? This is Stephen Bloodworth, and I know there hasn't been a whole lot of content lately. Definitely trying to get the ball rolling on that once again. But in the meantime, for today, I want to do something just laid back and show my love to a lot of people out there who have shown love for me, whether it be from a while ago or just recently. So today, I'm going to give some shout-outs to some people who are good friends of mine and other people who genuinely deserve it. So here we go. So the first channel person that I want to give a big shout out to is Nemesis Beast. This is from director Will Colazzo. For anybody in the indie horror scene, especially who follows, Cool Looter Chauncey Phillips, would probably know of Will Colazzo for stuff like Scream Bloody Murder, Amityville Karen, he wrote Camp Murder, and he also did the Bloody Nun films. And recently, I did a little bit of talk about this on social media mainly. Little backstory, me and Will have been friends for about a little over a year. He would send me some films to review, and he's always been wanting me to get involved with one of his projects. And finally, he just did his Bloody Nun reboot and offered me a role as a producer. So I said, absolutely. And one thing led to another. He offered me an acting role. And basically for me, before Bloody Nun, I haven't been on a film set in, I would say 5 years. It's been a long time since I've been on a film set, ever since developing, severe shyness and anxiety. And I told Will, I'm like, I want to do it, I'm down for it, but just to let you know, I am extremely shy and have severe anxiety. And he basically picked me up, encouraged the hell out of me, and if it wasn't for Will, then I definitely would not have the drive that I have today to want to be as involved as I am in other independent projects. So big thanks to Will for not only inspiring me, for not only encouraging me, but also motivating me to get off my ass and do what I originally set out to do. And not only that, but giving me my first opportunity for an acting gig. So big thanks to Will on that. So I've talked a lot about his movies, but also his channel Nemesis Beast. He does some podcasts, he does a lot of gaming stuff, and he's definitely going to be doing a lot more for the YouTube channel. He's told me a bunch of ideas that he has planned for some funny horror-related skits, so if you're into that, go check him out. And I'll have all the links to everyone's channels in the description below. So the next one that I want to talk about is a podcast, but they recently transitioned to doing their shows on YouTube as well, and that is Quality Violent Cinema. I've been talking to mainly Christian a lot since the show started, and I've been down with them ever since they started with the regular podcast format. But now they decided to do a lot of their stuff for YouTube. So you'll see their podcasts in a video format. And they've interviewed people like Felicia Fisher, Marcus Cook, Jesse Seitz, Jonathan Doe, Tony Masiello, Stephen Biro, and a bunch of other people. And they definitely have bigger plans for the future. So if you're into horror podcasts, Quality Violent Cinema, QVC, I cannot recommend them more enough. Their shows definitely have a kickback and chill vibe to it, so if you're interested in something less serious but very informative and kick-ass, check them out. Quality Violent Cinema, QVC. Rock on. So the next channel, mainly distributor, that I want to talk about who really deserves it is SOVHORROR, Tony Masiello's channel. For anybody that knows me and has known me for a while now knows that besides extreme horror, I am a big fan of shot-on-video horror films, and that's pretty much what made me want to get into filmmaking in the beginning. And through the years, you've had companies, mainly Cam Motion Pictures, who kind of brought the genre back, and then you've had companies like AGFA, Vinegar Syndrome, Severin, bringing it back, but SOVHORROR, Tony Masiello specifically, has been really finding these lost gems, whether they be films that we may know about like Mr. Ice Cream Man, Writer's Block, but also finding some very obscure shot-on-video gems that not many of us have heard about, and also giving opportunities to other indie filmmakers. And the work that Tony has put in has definitely not gone unnoticed. Again, he was featured on Quality Violence Cinema's show. He also won Joe Bob Briggs' Silver Bolo Award, which I thought was absolutely kick-ass. And not for anything, he put out the first short film that I ever directed, The Cross, out on DVD. So big thanks to Tony for the support that he's shown me. Go check out his channel if you want to see some trailers, podcasts with a lot of the shot-on-video people out there. And definitely go check out his website, buy some DVDs, buy a t-shirt. I guarantee you, you will not be disappointed. So the next one, it is really no surprise that I would be mentioning him, because not only for the work and effort that he puts into his stuff, he's truly been one of the best friends that I've had in a very long time, and that's Jonathan Doe over at Cinema's Underbelly. I can't describe the amount of work that this dude puts in, not only with his reviews, from analyzing each film to going to find historical significance behind some of the scenes in the films. And not only with his YouTube, he has his own distribution label, Future Productions, his own video label, Bio Video Productions, where he's released 2 of his newest short films, Barf Bunny, The Degenerates, and coming soon, Defilement of a Porcelain Doll. And his podcast, The Uneasy Terrain Explorers Club, is one of the best underground horror podcasts that I have ever heard. And the people that he's interviewed for the podcast, like Fred Vogel, Stephen Biro, Jessica Cameron, Carl Gabriel York, Darren Ramage, Nico Klaus, the guy from Crime Scene Cleaners Inc., the dude from Human Centipede 2 and 3, you name it, the podcast is fucking awesome, and I recommend you stop what you're doing right now and go listen to an episode or 2 or 3. And I'm actually pretty glad that I'm filming this when I am, because yesterday he just announced that he will be doing another channel called Murderabilia Show and Tell, and if you're into true crime, then you would love this. He's already planned a lot of stuff with Robert from Collectibles, as well as Nico Klaus from Serial Pleasures. And besides all the work that he's put in, again, he's truly one of the best friends that I have on YouTube. Not only YouTube, but life in general. Hands down, one of the most humble guys. We're always talking back and forth to each other on life in general, or some creative stuff that we're both working on. Words can't do it justice. Go check out his stuff. Speaking of the murderabilia and true crime stuff, the next one that I want to shout out is Collectibles. I've been interested in Taylor from Collectibles stuff for quite a while now, ever since Jonathan Doe interviewed him on the show. He was also featured in Jonathan Doe's latest video going over some of the stuff that Cannibal Isisagawa was part of. Taylor also started a YouTube channel for Collectibles, and some of the content that he's done has been really kick-ass. And not for anything, me and Taylor have been talking behind the scenes, and we're looking forward to doing a pretty sweet collaboration project coming soon, so stay tuned for that. But if you're into true crime and murderabilia, definitely check out his website, collectibles.org. He's got probably, if I'm not wrong, the largest murderabilia collection in the world. He has the largest collection of Jeffrey Dahmer murderabilia up for sale on the website, so if you're into that, check that out. And also check out the YouTube channel, and also check out his Instagram. And stay tuned for what me and him have in store coming soon. Next one is a channel that I've been following for a little while now. I haven't actually spoke to them, but I really enjoy the content that they put out, and that is Couple of Creeps. The reviews that they do are a mix of indie horror, mainstream horror, and they've been tipping their toes into a lot of extreme underground stuff. So if you're into that, I definitely say check them out, and also check them out on social media. Next one is another guy that really needs no introduction. He's been a friend of mine for a very long time now, and that goes out to Mr. Parka. If you're a fan of collecting physical media, or if you're an indie horror fan in general, then you definitely know of MRPARKA from his videos and even some of his acting work. Still, my favorite film that he's in is definitely Headless, so if you haven't seen Headless, you're definitely living under a rock. And again, he's been a very good friend of mine. I remember when I was at Brain Damage Films, I would always be sending him screeners and always talking back and forth with him on him liking the film or him not liking the film. And seeing his reviews of the films always made me laugh. So shout out MRPARKA, go check him out. The next one is a smaller channel out there, one that has definitely, I think, made a nice impact in the horror underground, and that goes out to Spooky Celluloid. He covers a lot of extreme horror, pinku, and jab films, and he does it in a way that I think I tried to do years ago but failed miserably at. But the way he does it is just so natural and it works for him, and I think that he will definitely get a lot bigger as time goes on. If you're a fan of some of the films and filmmakers that I enjoy, Spooky covers a lot of those same films. So I would say if you want an informative review on each one and you also want to laugh, go check out Spooky Celluloid. Next one is someone that I don't think I have mentioned at all. We became friends not too long ago, and that goes out to Cinestalker. I'm pretty sure most of you guys know of his channel. He's done some acting roles as well. But Danny has also dipped his toes into some of the real gore and shockumentary stuff, so we kind of developed a friendship off of that. And Danny definitely wants to do a lot more of the videos reviewing shockumentaries, real gore clips, mixtapes. So I think he has something pretty interesting brewing. So if you want to see more stuff like that, then definitely go check him out. Cinestalker, link in the description below. Another one is a channel that I believe deserves more attention than it's getting currently, and that goes out to my friend Jonathan Knight and his channel, B-Movie Madness. If you're a fan of shot-on-video horror films or independent films in general, he gives honest, straightforward, and informative reviews on each film that he reviews. He's done a lot of stuff for Tony and SOVHORROR. He's covered the film that I'm a part of, I Was a Teenage Gorehound. I love that review, by the way. He posts consistently, and the views that he gets definitely do not reflect the work that he puts into his content. So if you want an informative review on shot-on-video horror films, I cannot recommend B-Movie Madness enough. Another one is a channel that I started watching years ago, always was into his stuff, and then finding out years later after talking that he's been watching me for equally as long, and we developed a friendship out of that, and that is Absolute Sublime 1. Jay from Absolute Sublime 1 has definitely been a great supporter of the channel, a great friend of mine, and it's pretty funny knowing that both of us are friends with Kevin Kenny, the guy who played the homeless guy in Crazy Murder. But if you're into DVD, Blu-ray, 4K updates and reviews, definitely go check him out. He posts weekly, so if you're into some of the newer stuff that's coming out, definitely go check him out, Absolute Sublime 1. And the last one I want to give a shout out to is, I'm probably going to be butchering the name, MyDB01, also known as To Obscurity and Beyond, Michaela Bellamy's channel. I'm pretty sure a lot of people in the underground know about Michaela Bellamy. The work that she does on YouTube is awesome. I love the in-depth reviews of every single title she covers. And also I really enjoy the work that she does as a filmmaker. I'm very honored to be part of the same anthology that we're both a part of, being I Was a Teenage Gorehound. And also her mixtape, The Amateur Underground Slaughterfest of Death, is one of the best non-real gore fetish mixtapes that I've ever seen. I don't know if it's still for sale or not, but if you want a copy of an actually good mixtape, then definitely hit up Michaela on Facebook. And again, go check out her channel. Her reviews are great, and she is definitely expanding her horizons and raising the bar with each one of her reviews. So that's going to do it for today, guys. I sincerely hope you go and check out all the people that I've talked about if you haven't already. Their stuff is absolutely kick-ass, and I can't recommend each of them enough. And to everybody that I've mentioned, thanks so much for showing me the love that you guys have shown me. So, thanks for watching. If you're new to my channel, definitely hit that subscribe button and stay tuned for all my latest videos. Also, make sure to follow me on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, to stay posted on what I'm doing behind the scenes of making these videos. Before you click off this video, don't forget to hit it with a thumbs up, and leave me a comment down below saying what channels on YouTube that you're into, as well as podcasts and directors. Let me know. Until next time, take care and stay scared.